The morning light filters through the curtains. Eric slowly opens his eyes, groggy but alive. His gaze shifts, and he notices Lyra asleep in a chair beside him, her fingers tightly entwined with his. Even in sleep, her grip is protective. Eric's lips curve into a soft smile. He tries to move slightly, and Lyra stirs awake. Her crimson eyes open, warm and gentle, meeting his. Lyra, smiling, voice soft, "Good morning, Eric." Eric, teasing lightly, "You didn't have to stay here all night." Lyra squeezes his hand firm, "I wanted to. I couldn't leave you alone." Before Eric can reply, the infirmary door creaks. Kale steps in with a mischievous grin. Well, good morning, lovebirds," Kale teases. Lyra instantly blushes, pulling her hand back slightly, but not letting go completely. Eric clears his throat, embarrassed. Soon after, the rest of the group enters, crowding around his bed. "Kyan, how are you feeling, Eric?" "Eric, I'm fine. Totally pumped up." "Ether, looks like the headmaster healed you completely." "Lumen, that's divine magic for you." "Mira, I never thought I'd see you lose, Eric." Eric smiles faintly. "It's for the best. Now I see the gap, and just how far I still have to go." Serafina nods approvingly. "That's the spirit." Ether raises an eyebrow. "Brother, did you really try everything?" "Eric, serious, you saw it yourself. I used every trick I had, and still lost." Ether, "But you didn't use your sacred chains." Eric cuts him off firmly. "That spell takes too much focus. It wouldn't have worked on him." Nearby, Mira decided to intervene, grabbing Ether's ear before he could argue. "That's enough. Stop pestering him." "Ow, ow. That hurts, Mira," Ether yelped. Eric stretches and swings his legs over the bed. Eric, grinning, "I'll step outside for a bit, clear my head." He stands up casually. Lyra immediately snatches his wrist, yanking him back onto the bed with surprising force. Lyra, crimson eyes glowing faintly, tone deadly serious. "Where do you think you're going?" Eric, nervous laugh, scratching cheek outside, "Just for some air. I told you I'm fine." Lyra leans in close, her face inches from his, voice low, "The doctor said you rest here. Today. No excuses." Eric gulps, leaning back instinctively. "She's terrifying and beautiful." Eric, panicking, "SC? Look, I'm totally fine." Lyra narrowed her eyes, and her voice turned into velvet steel. "Eric, you're staying. Do you understand?" Eric freezes, trembling like he's facing the demon lord. Then, Eric collapses back, pulling the blanket up to his chin. "Oh, okay. I'll stay." Lyra exhales, satisfied, and adjusts the blanket around him. Lumen snickered from behind, remarking, "Guess this is the second time he's lost." Everyone burst out laughing, their camaraderie unshaken, before leaving Eric and Lyra alone in the quiet, intimate room. Eric meeting Lyra's eyes. "You really won't let me win, will you?" Lyra, softly brushing his cheek. "Not if letting you lose means keeping you safe." Eric, voice low, "I'm sorry, Lyra. I embarrassed you by losing in front of everyone." Lyra leans in, forehead touching his no. "You made me proud. You fought with everything you had. That's the Eric I admire." Eric's eyes soften, but guilt lingers. Eric, still, maybe I was trying to prove something. I didn't want to lose in front of you." Lyra, eyes narrowing playfully. "So you're trying to show off?" Eric, raising hands defensively, "And no, don't look at me like that. I just didn't want you to lose in front of you." Lyra suddenly pulls him into a tight embrace, holding his head against her chest. Lyra whispers fiercely, "You idiot. You don't need to prove yourself to me. To me, you'll always be my hero." Eric hugs her back, voice tender. "Eric, I love you, Lyra." Lyra, blushing, smiling softly against his chest, "I love you too, Eric." Lyra sits beside him with a tray, spoon feeding him. Eric, teasing, "I can eat on my own." Lyra pouts adorably, glaring, "Shut up and eat, you idiot." Eric, smiling, obeying, all right, swallows, then looks at her seriously. "Lyra, I'll become stronger. Stronger than the headmaster, stronger than anyone, strong enough to protect you." Lyra kisses his forehead softly. "Then your first step is to rest today? That's my order." Eric, chuckling, "You really won't let me escape, huh?" Lyra, smirking, "Not a chance." She sits beside him, stroking his hair until he drifts off peacefully.